In England, Birmingham, England got bombed pretty badly, not as bad as Coventry, not as bad as London, but when I was as a child, I was born in 1948, 3 years after the war, but we were still on a war footing to some degree, and I used to play on bomb sites thinking that's where you go and play. I didn't realise it was a building that had been hit by a bomb. This is a Nazi dagger, SS dagger. It always fascinated me. I don't understand the why I'm so fascinated with that Nazi era. I've got books for days on it. I've got memorabilia on it. You would think by now that mankind would go, this war stuff ain't such a good thing after all. Nobody wins. But back then when I was a kid, it was like just fascinated me, and it always has. It would feel like a young guy going, wouldn't it be great if Paul McCartney was to marry my sister? La 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 la. All kids. People kind of do that with me sometimes, and I don't know how to handle it. I never thought in my life I would meet a Beatle, let alone Paul McCartney. They were the reason for me wanting to be in music. So people will buy me, this is great, signed by Lennon.
You have a favorite Beatles song? Or?
Everything. McCartney, everything. Lennon, everything. Harrison, everything.
Wow.
Ringo.
You noticed there were a couple of bats. These are...
What they are, people give them me all the time. People send them to me. I've got bats on the lights. To be honest with you, I can't remember where this one came from, but I get Beatles and bats. This cross was made by my father when he was alive. He was a toolmaker in a factory in Birmingham. I don't wear it anymore, but it's the most precious piece of jewellery I have. It's made out of aluminium, but it's just so cool. And he even wrote the name Black Sabbath on the front. And now it's long gone, and I wish I had done more for him, because when we struck the big time with the Black Sabbath, I just went on this journey which has been going on forever, When I was a child, we used to have family get-togethers, and back then everybody would have a few beers and start singing, And one thing I was amazed that he got a money loan to get me a PA, and the PA system was only like back then $500 with a microphone,
So this jacket here, tell us about this jacket.
Well, this jacket, I believe it was an American fighter jacket from the war, and I won't let it go. It's been with me forever. It's really interesting. You have a coat like this, and I go to my son. Well, when I have a boy, I'm going to pass it on. And my son goes, "What do I want to wear that for?" My son used to go shooting, so he started collecting. When we lived in America, came to live in America, he started collecting guns, and he says, "You should get one." So I went down with Jack, and I bought. I think the first gun I bought was this one, the 45. It's just it's like a fascination. It's something about it, Danger, I suppose. This is a sniper rifle.
So you've never fired that, but
I'm going to be firing it very soon.
How are you when you go to the range? Are you a decent shot?
No, my son, he's passed a test to teach people. I think that's a good idea, You buy a gun, and you got to learn about how to keep it. Because the safest people in the world have accidents. A lot of the time, I'd rather have a dog than a person around me. Because they just give you love, They don't go, I'll tell him I love him so I can steal that, They're just great, I love them. We got a lot of dogs. We get them from the rescue and all kinds of places. Lola's she's like the family dog, although she lives with my son. She's just great. She's got like human eyes, She's anybody's friend. She's just such a big pudding, I think books are fantastic. But I'm incredibly dyslexic. I have a real problem with it. I'm focusing and staying focused. I've only read about 2 books in this library. But I have never seen the Lord of the Rings movies.
Ah, okay.
I'd rather when I read the book, when I'm reading the books, it takes me in my imagination where it would be. When Tolkien is a great writer, and when you read his books, you can visualise what he describes the situation very, very interestingly in the book. Gollum, the evil one. After the World Trade Center went down, we were in New York, my wife and Tony and my daughter and I. I started a tour, and it was like the Merry Mayhem tour. I'd gone to see all the police and the fire people and that, and I said, we're doing a show, and you don't have to pay for anything. And so they came out, but I bought them on the stage, and they'd cut this up a piece of the metal from the World Trade Center, and they gave it me on stage, and it was like electrifying. It was like, it was still warm, you know.